So, so today we are going to talk about why we feel hungry. Every day we have food and we feel hungry. Actually, we have food. Normally for normal people, we have food. We have our meals 3 times a day, right? So now today we are discuss about why we feel hungry according to the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sampothi. Before we begin the class, as always, I need to mention about the important note that Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not gambhira or profound. People must continuously study Dhamma or else it will lead to Mahatapa, Nirya or hell because it is Miccha Ditti, not following the Buddha's teaching. If any provided content contrast with Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka, please refer to Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka only. And what day is today? Today is 9 Sukha Pakatsa, Asa Laha Masasa, Maha Tthha Jayanti 2613, or July 14th, Buddhist era 2567. Before Anuttara Samma Sampothi entered Pranipana, Anuttara Samma Sampothi mention about the teaching of about the next before Anuttara Samma Sampothi entered Pranipana, Anuttara Samma Sampothi teach us that yogo anantamaya dhammo ja vinayo ja tesito panyatto sovo mamajayena sattha, or translated into English that the meanings is Buddha Vajana 84,000 is Anuttara Samma Sampothi, and that's why we need to Sikaya and study what Buddha's teaching. We are one of 4 Puttha Parisa, or we call Jatu Parisa. They are consisting of Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka, and Upasika. And these 4 Puttha Parisa have their responsibilities. There are 3 responsibilities of the 4 Puttha Parisa, consisting of the 4 Puttha Parisa must well understand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka, and the 4 Puttha Parisa must be able to correctly present 84,000 Dhammakantaka, and the 4 Puttha Parisa must be able to correct those who condemn or misunderstand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And now we pay respect toอาจารย์ติปิตกะอาจารยสุชาตินาคอ่อนแอนท่านอังคคุณาอริยธรรมโสตปันนะสุปฏิปันโนสุปฏิปันโนสุปฏิปันโนสาธุสาธุสาธุนวุติอุปนิธิพันธานุโมทามิ Okay, now we're going to our topic today, why we feel hungry. First, we begin with according to science said about why we feel hungry. So what is hunger? Science classified the feeling of hunger into 2 types. The first one is physical hunger. Physical hunger happens when you truly need to eat. The stomach is muscular organ that expand and contract. When it stretch after eat food and liquid, you begin to feel full. A hormone called leptin signals the body that you're full, so you can stop eating. When your stomach empty, the contracts or collapse, causing hunger pangs. Your blood sugar level dip and your stomach produce a hormone called ghrelin, prompting you to eat. So this is physical hunger. And there are another type of hunger called psychological hunger. Psychological or emotional hunger is caused by physiological hunger, or the need of for nutrition is not physical hunger. It's happen when you have emotional connection to that food. Is something like you love that food, you like that food, and you're not really hungry, but you need to eat it because you love it, you like it. Okay. So Pian, do you ever have any emotional hunger? Yeah.
โทษนะคะพี่แอนไม่
Oh,
มั่นใจว่าสัญญาณพี่แอนไม่ดีหรือพี่แอนไม่
oh,
ได้ยินต่อ
sorry.
เนื่อง
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm asking about the Pian. Have you ever have any emotional hunger?
always
What is your favorite?
yes what about พลอยคะพลอยเคยไหมเราเราไม่หิวแล้วเราทานไหมเราอยากกินไหมพี่เคยไหม
ไม่
จริงดิไม่เคยอยากกินป๊อกกี้เลยเหรอ
ก็เคยนะ
เคยแล้วทีละครับ do you have a physical or emotional hunger มีไหม
ก็ตอ
ใช่
นนี้
ใช่ไหม
ก็ฮังเกอร์
เช่นอะไรครับทีชอบทานอะไร what do you like to eat
ไอติม
ice cream ice cream right okay so even we not hungry we would like to have ice cream โอเคไหมพลอยมีอะไรพลอย what do you like what is your favorite dish อะไรนะ
อะไรนะคะ
หนูชอบทานอะไร what is your favorite
อ่า
ป้าแอนคิดว่า probably เครื่องแทนมีปัญหาหรือไม่รู้ว่าไม่ได้ยินได้ไม่ได้ยินได้ยินไหมอ๋อโอเคอย่าง
มันมี
นั้นป้า
เยอะ
ก็เป็น
เกินไปอ่ะ
เยอะเกินไปโอเคไม่เป็นไร
ได้ยิน
อ่ะ
ได้ยินโทษทีเข้าท้า
โอเคค่ะต่อได้เลยโอเคค่ะ so
Okay.
อืม
So everyone, we normally we usually have our physical hunger and emotional hunger. Um, or physical hunger is physically hungry. So about emotional hunger, we always have our favorite foods, and whenever we encounter with them, normally we even though we are not that hungry, but we try to find a place in our stomach and eat them anyway.
ลูกเดี๋ยวมามีขับเอง
So the next one. So there are certain reasons why you are hungry. According to science, they say that there are 7 reasons that you feel hungry. The first is you are not really hungry, but it's psychologically hungry. You're turning the food to cope with your uncomfortable feelings or something like that, your sadness and anxiety. Some people love sweets when they feel stressed or feel sad. Some people try to find an ice cream or something to eat during their sadness or depression, anxiety, something like that. Or the second reason is your meal are out of balance. So the nutrient that you get in your meal is in imbalance, so it makes you feel hungry. And the third one is you are eating too quickly because it needs time, at least about 20 minutes to register fullness in your stomach. So if you eat faster than that, maybe sometimes your body is not ready, not trigger you to feel full. So if you eat quickly, you might still feel hungry. So and the fourth one is your medications. Some medications or some medicines cause you feel hungry, even you feel full. And fifth one is you are not getting enough sleep. So sleep also have something to do with your feel hungry. And the sixth one is you are actually thirsty. This kind of actually you need water, but your body trigger you to feel hungry instead of thirsty. It could happen. And also the last one, you are stressed. As I mentioned at the beginning, some people when they stress, they try to find something sweet to eat, like chocolate, like ice cream, something like that. So this is the type of hungry and the reason why you are hungry according to science. And science, whenever they get the knowledge, according to science, they try to identify hunger and hungry by using the five senses. And those five senses consisting your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, and your body. These five senses used by science to gain knowledge. And in this case, they use these five senses to gain the knowledge about the type of hunger and the reason why you feel hungry. They use only five senses. That's all they have. And now we are going back to the same questions with different approach. The same question is why we feel hungry, but now you explain according to the Buddha's teaching instead of according to science. You know? To explain about why you feel hungry according to Buddha's teaching, we go back to our chart level 0 to 100. In this chart, you might have already familiar with them, with it. At level 0, we assume that at this level is your body, the level that we stay today. We can interact with environment and ourselves in this level at level 0 by using our five senses with our eyes, our ears, our nose, our tongue, and our body at level 0. And Chitta and Cetasika that causes, and now Chitta and Cetasika stays at level 100, very small. And to reach level 100, we go into our body or our environment in smaller particles, like for you to be able to picturize them. We start from level 0 which is our body. Then we go to the smaller part of our body. We go to molecules, atom, nucleus, nucleon, and quarks, and then so on until level 50. At level 50, you see other bhumi, for example, like Abhaya Bhum 3, except Tirashan Bhum, because Tirashan Bhum stay at level 0 with us, or Tirashan Bhum or animals stay at level 0 with us. So at level 50, there are three Abhaya Bhumi, 6 Teva Bhumi, 16 Brahma Bhumi, and 4 Aprama Bhumi, 4 stays at level 50. And then from level 50, we go further in that, and then until we reach level 100, we assumed it at level 100. Actually, there are much more level than that, but we assumed for people to be able to picturize them. So at level 100, we assume that at this level it's very small and it's the end of everything. It's the level that Chitta and Cetasika stays. So whenever we talk about Chitta and Cetasika, they interact with each other at level 100. But our body, back to our body and our five senses that we staying, we spend our daily life interact with our environment at that level. We are staying at level 0. Okay. So this is the one, the chart 0 to 100 for you to picturize them. And according to that chart, what we explain by science, actually they are at level 0 only. The type of hunger and the reason why we feel hungry, those knowledge gain only the knowledge on the knowledge gained by only observed only level 0, because science can use only the five senses, even though they have equipment to help them to identify the smaller particle than what can see with bare eyes. But anyway, with those equipment, eventually they have to use the five senses to identify what those equipment help them to identify. For example, like science can discover the existence of quark, which is very small, cannot see with our bare eyes. However, anyway, science, even though they use equipment, however, once they interpret the information they get from from those equipment, they have to use their five senses anyway. So go back, and then science need to use their five senses. They have to use their eyes, their ears, their nose, their tongue, their body to gain the knowledge. Okay, so according to chart 0 to 100, science observe only level 0. There are the rest of them to be discovered, but is unable to discover by science. But those level from 0 to 100 will be explained by the Buddha's teaching. So you see the scale and the details of the knowledge is far different. For science, they only observe at level 0 and use their five senses. But for the knowledge that Buddha's teaching and Buddha's explain to us, not only in level 0, but go a long way to level 100, which stays which have Citta and Cetasika interact together at level 100. So next, for at level 100, we start from level 100 because everything starts from them. Start from this level. Everything starts from this level. They start from interaction of Citta and Cetasika. Once Citta and Cetasika interact at level 100, they create either Rupa or Kammasrupa. If Citta and Cetasika interact and the result of interaction is Rupa, then you can go to Nirvana. However, normally for normal people, with our Citta and Cetasika interaction, it turns out into Kammasrupa, and Kammasrupa leads us to 31 Bhumi, which are Abhaya Bhumi 4, Manusa Bhumi 1, Deva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. Accordingly, the way to get the result of Citta and Cetasika interaction and cause Rupa, and then we can go to Nirvana. Only Sikkaya can lead us to these part. Apart from that, without Sikkaya, we go the interaction of Citta and Cetasika cause Kammasrupa and send us to Abhaya Bhumi 4 only. For the one who Sikkaya but cannot attain Nirvana, the side effects of them is when Citta and Cetasika interact together, even though you Sikkaya but you cannot attain Nirvana, the result is Kammasrupa, and then it leads you to Manusa Bhumi 1, Deva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. You still stay in cyclical existence, but you cannot escape from it unless you know exactly what Buddha's teaching according to Paramattha Dhamma. In that case, Citta interact with Cetasika, cause Rupa, and leads to Nirvana. That is the only way to leave the cycle of existence. And we will explain to you more in detail later on about that process. So we talk about interaction of Citta and Cetasika. Therefore, we need to know what Citta 121 are. That's why we insist that the beginners need to be able to recite Citta, Cetasika, and Rupa. And in this case, Citta 121, they consisting of four main groups. The first one is Kama Vajra Citta 54, and the second one is Rupa Vajra Citta 15, and third one is Arupa Vajra Citta 12, and the last one is Lokuttara Citta 40. And under Kama Vajra Chitta 54, there are 3 groups under this category. The first one is Akusala Chitta 12, and the second one is Ahetuka Chitta 18, and the last one is Kama Vajra Sopana Chitta 24. And under Lokudra Chitta 40, they are consisting of 2 groups. The first one is Lokudra Makha Chitta 20, and the second one is Lokudra Pala Chitta 20. This is just a roughly picture of Chitta 121, and we need we do insist that you need to be able to recite Chitta 121 in order to understand the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi. And the second one, and now is about Cetasika 52. Cetasika 52 categorized into 3 groups. The first one is Anyasamana Cetasika 13, and the second one is Kusala Cetasika 14, and the last one is Sopana Cetasika 25. You also need to be able to recite Cetasika 52 in order to understand the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi, and not only Chitta and Cetasika that need to be recited, but also Rupa 28. And for Rupa 28 classified into 2 groups. The first one is Mahaputta Rupa 4, and the second one is Upataya Rupa 24. Okay. I assume that you have already familiar with Chitta and Cetasika Rupa at this moment. So not now we know at this moment we know that Chitta consisting of 121. Now we are explaining where are they. When Chitta when Chitta interact with Cetasika, they are designing before they decided which Bhumi you are going to born. They starts from designing your body, your environment, and your food you need to eat, and the place you need to stay, something like that. At designing stage, before designing your body, because when you're born as a human, they need to design your body as a human, right? If you're born in Abhaya Bhumi 4, they also need to design your body, your environment, your food, things like that, your mind in that Bhumi, according to that Bhumi. In for example, for more simplified example, if we born as a dog, they need to design our body as a dog. We have to have fur. Which color of fur do we have? How many legs? Actually, dog have 4 legs, right? Dog also have tails. Dog have tongue. In that case, they need to be designed first before you go to born as a dog. And dog need to place to live, and need food to eat. What kind of food do they eat? They need to provide that kind of food for that kind of animal, and also the mind of that dog. They need to be designed first before you born as, in that case, animal. So at designing stage, we call it Chavana Chitta. They stays in like a design unit, or at this moment we call it Chavana Chitta. Not all of Chitta stays in this Chavana Chitta or design unit. Only certain amount of Chitta and Cetasika stays in Chavana Chitta. And there are only certain, in this case, there are 12 of Akusala Chitta stays in Chavana Chitta, and 1 of Ahetuka Kriya Chitta 3, which is Somanatha Situpatha Chitta, stays in Chavana Chitta, and Kama Vajra Mahakusala Chitta 8, Kama Vajra Mahakriya Chitta 8, Rupa Vajra Maha Kusala Chitta 5, Rupa Vajra Mahakriya Chitta 5, Arupa Vajra Mahakusala Chitta 4, Arupa Vajra Mahakriya Chitta 4, and all of Lokudara Chitta 40 stays in Chavana Chitta or design units. And those design units, not And before you go to born in each bhumi, only citta that classified as kamma citta creates your body, your place to live, your food, your mind. Other than that, even though they stay in Shona Citta, they act as a supporting team or Citta that actually create Kamma or create your body, your place to live, your food, and your mind in that bhumi. They are only 29 out of those Citta that stays in Shravana Citta. And Kamma Citta 29 consisting of Kusala Citta 12, Kamma Vajra Maha Kusala Citta 8, and Rupa Vajra Maha Kusala Citta 5, and Arupa Vajra Maha Kusala Citta 4. And once Kamma Citta 29, they interact with Cetasika, then they create Kamma Shrupa. And whenever Kamma Shrupa happens, a Kamma Shrupa happen alongside it in the same time. These two groups of rupa, they stays together always. They cannot exist one without another, so they need to be exist together. Whenever Kamashrupa 18 exists, Kamashrupa 10 exists. Whenever Kamashrupa 10 happen, then Kamashrupa 18 happen at the same time. They stays together, they stick together. They cannot have one group without another. Okay. And then when Kamma Citta 29 create Kamma Shrupa. In this case, Kamma Shrupa, or you'll be able to picture for beginners, you can picture as Kamma Shrupa as your body. No, Kamma Shrupa create your body. Now you have your body to born in each bhumi. And Kamma Shrupa is your base, is the base for a Kamma Shrupa to interact with. And after that, when you have Kamma Shrupa as base, then you have others to work with you. Now you have Citta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12, or your mind, your environment, and your food to interact with your body. At this stage, at the beginning stage, you have your body as Kamma Shrupa 18, and also they coexist with Kamma Shrupa 18 is Kamma Shrupa 10. Kamma Shrupa 10 expand themselves into Citta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12 to interact with your body, or Kamma Shrupa 18. In the stage that they are ready for you to born in that bhumi, they consisting of 4 groups. We call it Rupa Samutthana, which are the 4 groups, which are Kamma Shrupa 18, Citta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12. And now you are ready to born in each bhumi. And when you are going to born in each bhumi, there are certain citta that stays outside in the design unit, and they are preparing to receive the information sent out from Shavana citta. And then at that moment, these citta will transport and brings you from they'll brings you to bhumi that you're going to born in that bhumi. And we call those citta that interact, that have this function, we call them patisanti citta or pavanka citta or juti citta 19. The name change according to that function during the period of that function. At first they brought you to that bhumi, to born in that bhumi, they function as patisanti citta. Then after that, after you born in that bhumi, you stays in that bhumi until you die. In this function, they keep you into that that Bhumi form. For example, we born as a human. First, once we born as a human, those citta perform as Patisanti citta to help us born in human Bhumi, Manusa Bhumi. And then once we have our body as human, then these citta perform the second function. They perform Bhavankha citta. They keep you in human form, even though your interaction should change you to other Bhumi, but this citta keeps you in human form until the rest of your life. And once you die or juti from human Bhumi or Manusa Bhumi, then they turn into the last function, they turn into juti citta, which will brings you from Manusa Bhumi into your next Bhumi. Therefore, they change the function according to the cycle or to the time of your life. They are consisting of 19 citta. Okay. And for each citta, for Akusala Vipaka citta, this one receive information from Akusala citta 12, they send you to Abhaya Bhumi 4. And for human, we come from Gamma Vajra Mahakusala citta 8. However, from Gamma Vajra Mahakusala citta 8, there are two ways to send to born in each Bhumi. It depends on how the level of Gamma Vajra Mahakusala citta 8 that you reach. If you cannot reach Gamma Vajra Mahavipaka citta 8 with send you to Teva Bhumi 5, except Chadu Maharshika, then it turns out it's sent to Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka citta 1. Which cause you to born in Manusa Bhumi 1 and Tema Bhumi 1, or called it Jatu Maharashika Bhumi. And for Rupa Vajra Mahavipaka citta 5, it will lead you to Brahma Bhumi 16, and Arupa Vajra Mahavipaka citta 4 send you to Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. And altogether, this 19 citta leads you to 31 Bhumi. Stay in cyclical existence. In summarize, at this moment, we start from Gamma Citta 29 that create Gamma Shrupa or create your body. And once your body created, then they also create your environment, your mind, and your food that you need to eat, and all of them all together they call Rupa Samudratthana, consisting of Gamma Shrupa 18 or your body, Citta Shrupa 15 or your mind, Utu Shrupa 13 or your environment, and Ahara Shrupa 12 or your food that you need to eat in that Bhumi. And then it sent those information to Patisanti Bhavankha Juti Citta 19, and this 19 Citta sends create you in 31 Bhumi. It depends on what kind of Patisanti or Bhavankha or Juti Citta 19 activate. It depends. Okay. And there are 4 types of birth. When you go into arrive at that Bhumi, there are types of birds that we need to know. In 31 Bhumi, there are only 4 types of birth in 31 Bhumi. They are called Antasha Kamnerd, Chalapucha Kamnerd, Sangsetasha Kamnerd, and Opapatika Kamnerd. At level 0 of this stage, there are Antasha Kamnerd, Chalapucha Kamnerd, and Sangsetasha Kamnerd. At level 50, in Abhaya Bhumi 3, Deva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. That type of kamnerd is Opapatika kamnerd. Opapatika kamnerd or suddenly appears. We don't need to start from baby and then grow up as an adult. We don't need that for Opapatika kamnerd. For Opapatika kamnerd, when you go to that Bhumi, you suddenly appear in that Bhumi in fully grow form. Okay. Now we back to our 0 to 100 chart. What we explained you until now, we explained at level 100, the interaction of Citta and Cetasika that cause that cause you to in each bhumi, and when you're born in that bhumi, they will expand themselves from Kammashupa, Chitta Shupa, Utu Shupa, Halu Shupa, which stays at level 99, and then expand from level 99 until level 0, until become your body, your mind, your environment, and your food that you need to eat, that can be observed by your 5 senses at level 0. You see, we start to explain from level 100, which cannot be reached by science. We start from Chitta. How many Chitta we have, like here? And then we are not only Chitta, we're also talking about Cetasika and Rupa at this level. Rupa stays at level 99, and Rupa consisting of Kammashupa and Akammashupa, as we mentioned. Kammashupa is your body, and Akammashupa, eventually it will expand into your mind, your environment, your food, like Kammashupa, it's your body, and then for Akammashupa expand into Chitta Shupa 15, Utu Shupa 13, and Ahara Shupa 12, or your mind, your environment, and your food that you need to eat. Those 3 categories interact with your Kammashupa, or your body. Now, you see, the function of your body has already predetermined, has already designed from Chitta and Cetasika, and then they sent to create your body in Rupa, in Kammashupa, and then from Kammashupa at level 99, they expand themselves until reach level 0. Then at this level, you can observe your body by using your 5 senses. However, before you see that your body actually it is designed at level 100 by the interaction of Chitta and Cetasika, and sent into Kammashupa at level 99. And the function, and every function of your body has already been designed, and from Chitta interact with Cetasika. So when the type of hunger and hungriness, and also your mind, has already been predetermined at level 99, level 100, and level 99 by interaction of Chitta and Cetasika. They have already decided what kind of function your body need to have, what kind of mind you need to have. Otherwise, without feeling hungry, or without feeling hungry, you cannot find food for your body, and without food, your body cannot survive. And if you cannot survive, you cannot stay in that bhumi. So Chitta and Cetasika, they knows that by living without putting hungry function in your body, you cannot survive in that bhumi. That's why they put this function in your body. Start from at level 100, since the interaction of Chitta and Cetasika, and Chitta and Cetasika cause Rupa and Rupa. The first group is Kammashupa, or your body. So your hungry function is embedded at this level before they expand themselves from level 100 into level 0. So the function of your hungry, that you need to find food and eat food, and then your body can grow and you can survive in Manusa Bhumi. Those function has already been embedded from level 100. So only at level 0, what science can observe only is the result of embedded function at level 100, which caused by Chitta interact with Cetasika. Okay. And for type of kamnet, as I mentioned, at level 100 to level 50, at level 50, there requires only one type of kamnet, which called Opapadika kamnet, or suddenly appear. However, to be able to perform Chalapucha Kamnerd, Antasha Kamnerd, and Sansetasha Kamnerd, you need to expand yourself from level 50 until level 0. And at level 0, you can perform Chalapucha Kamnerd, Antasha Kamnerd, Sansetasha Kamnerd. If only Opapatika Kamnerd required, you can stay solely at level 50, and then you can born in type of Opapatika Kamnerd. And for Opapatika Kamnerd exist in Abhaya Bhumi 3, Deva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. And for Manusa Bhumi 1 and Dirachan need to reach level 1, need Shalapucha Kamnerd, Antasha Kamnerd, and Sansetasha Kamnerd. Now, at this chart from chart 10 to 100, science, what we explained by science at the beginning of the class, it starts from here. It starts from type of hunger, why we feel hungry, and they observed by 5 senses. These are knowledge that known by science. However, for the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi, we start from level 100. Start from interaction of Citta and Cetasika at level 100. When they interact together, they create our body as human in this case, because we are explaining why we feel hungry, right? Citta interact with Cetasika, cause our body. And not only cause our body as a whole, they also design, embedded our body function. In this case, our digestion system also embedded from interaction of Citta and Cetasika. Our mind has already been embedded from interaction of Citta and Cetasika. And not only our body and our mind, they also design and our environment and our food that we need to eat. In this case, we need earth, right? Without earth, we don't have place to grow vegetables for us. They don't have place for animals to live, because we also eat animal, right? We eat fish, we eat chicken, we eat pig, we eat cow, we eat something like that. And many more about the animals that we eat, right? So to have those food that we need to eat, otherwise we cannot stay in Manusa Bhumi, right? So Citta and Cetasika at level 100, they not only create our body, design our body, but they also need to design our mind. We must be able to find have our mind and be able to find food, even it's somewhere in the environment, or today we don't have to go to hunt for food ourselves, right? We go to supermarket, we go to market. Even you stay in your home, you only go to refrigerator, or you ask your mom to make food for you, right? That's how your mind work. Your mind interact with your body, and they together go find food. In the ancient time, if nobody prepare a meal for you, or no supermarket, no market, you need to go out and collect vegetables or hunt. In that case, your mind work with your body and then go out to find food that way. So that's why in that level 100, Citta, Cetasika interact, they need to give you your mind and your body, and the function need to be embedded in your body and also your mind to work together, and you'll be able to feel hungry. And then once you feel hungry, it tells that your body need food, and then your mind work with your body, and you go out in environment, and you know exactly what kind of food that you can eat, right? So this kind of function embedded into ourselves since level 100 from the interaction of Citta and Cetasika. And then it's expand themselves until level 0. And then at this level 0 is what is the result, and those what science observe is only the result of interaction of Citta and Cetasika that has already been embedded those function in our body. However, those embedded functions will show the results with that can be observed by 5 senses by what science discovered. So science discovered type of hunger, and they classify into 2 types: physical hunger and emotional hunger. And the reason why you feel hungry, 7 reasons, right? And those type of hunger and the reason why you feel hungry, those are the result of interaction of Citta and Cetasika. Those function has already been embedded since level 100, embedded into your mind, and not only on your mind, but embedded into your body. And then your body work with your mind, and then you find food to eat, right? And the way they embedded into 3 groups into 4 groups, as I mentioned. And in Kamashubha 18 as your body, and your body alone cannot stay in Manusapumi, right? Because your body, only your body it's like an object. It cannot move, you don't have a mind on its own. So your body need to work with 3 more groups. In this case, Kamashrupa 18 as your body needs to work with Citta Shrupa 15 or your mind, Utu Shrupa 13 or your environment, and Ahara Shrupa 12 or your food that you need to eat, right? In different Bhumi, you need different food. For example, we are human. We can eat vegetables, and we can eat meat. And in case of animals, like a rabbit can eat only vegetables. They eat grass, right? A certain type of grass, but they don't eat meat. That different kind of food for different kind of bhumi, for example. And then once Kamashrupa, once Rupa Samudatan 4 or Kamashrupa 18, Chittashrupa 15, Utashrupa 13, and Harashrupa 12 ready, then they expand from level 99 until level 0 and become our body, our mind, our environment, and our food. From this picture, you can see not only us, but the one that stay with us at level 0. At level 0, they exist in 2 bhumi. The first one is Manusa bhumi, and the second one is Abhaya bhumi 4, especially in this case is Tirashan bhumi. You can see that they have their body as same as us. They have Kamma Shrupa, or their body as same as us. We have our mind, or Citta Shrupa 15. Our dog have its own Citta Shrupa 15. The dog have their minds. Human, as we human, we have our environment and we live in our house. Our dog also have their environment. They stays with us on this planet. They also have their environment of Uttu Shrupa 13. And in this case, you see, they also have Ahara Shrupa 12 as same as us. And these function embedded since the beginning of the creation of before you're born in as Manusa Bhumi 1, or in this case it's Tidrashan Bhumi. They designed from level 100, interaction of Citta and Cetasika. And then with this interaction, they create Kamashrupa 18, Citta Shrupa 15, Uttu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12, or create your body, your mind, your environment, and your food that you need to eat. And not only us, but other bhumi also create the same. In this case, in this example, I show you that you have your body. The Rashana also have their body. In this case, it's a dog. We have our mind. They also have their mind, which is Citta Shrupa 15. And we stay in the environment. We have our environment and we can survive, that we can survive. And then dog stays in the same environment. In this picture, they have the same environment, to Shrupa. They stay in the same place. And then they also have the same Ahara Shrupa in this case, which is, I believe it's spaghetti or something. Yeah. So this kind of function, this kind of situation actually not happen only at level 0, but it starts from level 100. From science observation, you can see that, okay, these two kids and dogs eat food, they have mind, they like food, or they know these are the food that they can eat, and they feel hungry either physical or emotional hungry. They hungry and they eat the same. They eat, right? This is what science observe, and science conclude that there are two types of hungry: physical hungry and emotional hungry. And then the reasons for you're hungry, there are 7 reasons why you feel hungry, and those then those result and those knowledge gained only by observe what happened at level 0. But for the teaching of the Tara Sampoti, we not stop at level 0, not stop at what we know by our 5 senses, but we start from level 100. Interaction of Citta 121, Cetasika 52, that cause Rupa 28, and Rupa 28 expand themselves into Kamashrupa 18 and Akamashrupa 10, and then Akamashrupa 10 expand themselves into Citta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12. Altogether, Rupa Samutadhana, consisting of Kamashrupa 18 of your body, Citta Shrupa 15 of your mind, Utu Shrupa 13 of your environment, and Ahara Shrupa 12 or your food that you need to eat. So in summarize, you can go back. We go back to our chart 0 to 100. You can see the level, the elaboration, the knowledge that gained by science, explained by science, and explained by Buddha's teaching is far different. What explained by science in this case to explain to our questions why we feel hungry? Science explain only at level 0. They explain from the basis, from their 5 senses, what they see, what they hear, what they smell, what they taste, and what they feel. They gain that knowledge only by using the 5 senses. Therefore, they stays at level, they know only at level 0. So they explain cause and results by science understanding. They understand only at level 0 because in those 5 senses, by using those 5 senses, you cannot reach other level instead. Apart from that, beyond your 5 senses can comprehend. So they stays at level 0 only. The knowledge stays here for science. For science. However, for the Buddha's teaching, Buddha is not staying only in level 0, but go beyond that level 0 until reach the level 100, which are which the level that Citta and Cetasika interact together before the emergence of Rupa. And Rupa are far smaller than quark, which is the smallest particle known by science today. So from here you can see why the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi can lead to the end of cyclic of existence. Because Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi knows the cause to make a cause of our existence in not only Manusa Bhumi but in 31 Bhumi. But for science, they know only what can be observed by your five senses. That's why we need to pay a lot of attention, much more attention to the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi. And what Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi teach is far more complex than what science explains because of the level of the details, level of the elaboration. For Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi explanation, it reached level 100. 0 to 100, but for science they stay only level 0. That's why science is not as complicated as what explained by Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi. And in summary, today in this class we mentioned about why we feel hungry according to science. Now we know that there are two types of hungry, physical hungry, that our body really need food because it need to function, need food to function properly. And there is another type of hungry, which is emotional hungry. When you go travel, when you find your favorite dishes, and then you need to eat them because you like them, not actually, not physically hunger, but you like them. When you travel to some places and people tell you that when you arrive at this place, this plate, this menu, or this food is must try. If you not try it, you cannot, you regret it. That kind of hungry is emotional hungry. And then we also not only stop by explain the hungry according to science, but we also explain why we feel hungry according to Buddha's teaching, and we show you the chart of 0 to 100 to explain why we feel hungry according to the Buddha's teaching. We need to go back to level 100, to the beginning of everything, beginning of our body, beginning of our mind, beginning of our environment, beginning of our food that we need to eat, or we call it Rupa Samudratthana, which consisting of Kama Shrupa 18, Chitta Shrupa 15, Uttu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12. And from level 0 to 100, it's quite complicated. That's why the teaching of Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi, we need to pay a lot of attention, a lot of recite things that we need to be able to recite them. At least for the beginners, we need to be able to recite Chitta 121, Cetasika 52, and Rupa 28 in order to start to understanding what's Buddha's teaching. That will be all of this class. Are there any questions? Okay. If there is no question, I believe that would be end of this class. Sadhu krab.
ดูค่ะอนุโมทนาสาธุ
Sadhu Navati Upaniti Pantan Motami krab.
สาธุค่ะสาธุสาธุสาธุนาวุติอุปนิพพันธานโมทามิค่ะ
หวานนุ่มสาธุ